Hey everyone, we are at day number 18 out of the 30-day challenge. So getting close to, I don't know what the math is there, three-fourths of the way done. Yesterday, spent my time, I don't want to call it kind of redoing a lot of code, or maybe really Claude was redoing a lot of code. As noted yesterday, had moved over to the code over to a production environment, had been working through a number of issues that had been found in the production environment, which again is the natural way that code works. In QA, it works perfectly. In production environment is a totally different beast. Again, not being technical and not being able to really understand the code well enough and what's going on well enough. But what I have a feeling of what has happened. So my day yesterday was spent going through the onboarding, the registration and the onboarding process for new accounts. Something again that had worked perfectly through the development, but almost at every step in the registration process, I believe there was 5 steps in the registration process, ran into some issue. And Claude, on one side, did an excellent job of diagnosing the issue and resolving the issue. But what it seemed to kind of get the feeling of is maybe at some other step or some point along the way, it had adapted some of the code and updated some of the code. And then later on, when testing the registration part, something was found that it was missing. Like, oh, this core piece was missing, or this was set as a string instead of an array. So there are different issues that again didn't happen in development. But my feeling is especially because the AI tools don't have the current ability to have one, maybe you call it never ending long chat, that I've had to break up the chats. I think I'm now in my third or fourth chat of this project. Even though it catches up pretty quickly when you're giving it some context, I think by not having access to the code and to the changes of the code that it's done historically, it seems to maybe forget things and suggests a change, not knowing it's going to overwrite something down, which will come up down the line. So that's what my gut tells me. Again, if I understood code better, or I understood the logs better, I'd be able to really put my finger on it. Again, maybe it's different. Maybe because it's a production environment and it's pointing at web servers and a real database and webhooks instead of pointing at my local computer in Drive where a lot of that stuff was stored. Again, not being a developer. Today will be spent specifically focused on testing with my team and getting the bot set up in our test group and having the registration and the process done so I can trigger a group event, hopefully a matching, hopefully tomorrow or the next day, to test if that functionality does work and probably the building pieces as well. And I think it all hopefully goes well. We'll be able to then start going out and trying to get some beta Telegram groups going on board. But I think we're most of the way there. So until tomorrow, have a great day.